Well, remember I was starting to make these wooden boxes. They were not economical to make, but since I had all these, and I found that the wooden boxes are actually superior for training purposes because they're a good insulator. It's thick, and so especially around here when it gets really hot, it doesn't heat up the root zone like it would in a black plastic or even ceramic containers. So we have mostly Chinese elm, except this one here is a Zelkoba. And I'm shooting this in middle of August. And, I repotted these from the mica into these wooden ones, which is not highly recommended because it's very hot here. But today's topic is not about the wooden boxes, but what I got when I was putting in these boxes. Okay, these pieces here and others came from when I was cleaning up the surface of the root, the exposed root. Like I was saying, it makes a bolder statement if you clean it up and get rid of the busyness. So anyway, I have a small group of these that I'm going to get to the next stage. Well, today's subject is mainly about root cuttings. So these are the roots that came off as I was cleaning up the surface. Okay, well, this actually on the smelly side, this is what came out of the bottom part, especially when I took it out of the mica pot. There was all these root that hit the bottom and was starting to coil, right? So anyway, it's been about a week, but I just threw it in this water just so I could get around to it when I had some time. But anyway, so the second source of the root cutting roots is from here. I'm going to get this out of here because it really does not smell that great. So my plan today is get this batch and this batch in a separate container like this one here. And I'm going to put maybe 10 at a time. What I wanted to know was what the percentage take is. It's wiser for me to put these in smaller individual containers, but then I keep losing track, so I don't really get a good percentage. If I put 10 in here, and then I get everything to take, that means it's 100%, right? And if I only 8, then it's 80%. So that was my plan for today. Okay, looks like I got 10 of them in here, and then I'll see about the next one. So this one here is from the bottom, and then the one I'll do next is from the surface. Okay, now got them labeled. Today is August the 10th. I'm not sure when the best time to do this. Well, I figure it's the best time is when I have the material and just go ahead and give it a shot. So each one have 10 roots. This one forward is the root from the bottom or inside the soil, and the one on the top was more or less off the surface with the roots. Okay, so I'm going to put these in a fairly well protected area, 50 to 80% shade. I think I have some. So that should be good. And then probably fall and definitely by spring. If we wait too long, these going to intertwine and we'll probably not be able to take it apart, which will be a mistake after all this effort, right? Well, anyway, I'm going to put these away and hopefully we'll know. Well, this one again, it's been 3.5 months, and it was a root cutting. And I think we've seen this a number of times already, but it looks like it's well established. Well, since the last time I took it out of the well protected area and put it in almost full sun and really perked up. That's what happened with Chinese elm. They're very hardy plants, and they love the heat. So anyway, I think it's about time that I check this, and most likely I need to put it in individual containers. So let's see what happens when I take it out of this can. Here's our tag, and then look, yeah, you have to be kind of cautious of when you take these apart. I think if I went too much longer, I don't think I could take it apart. All the roots will have intertwined. So anyway, I'll carefully remove these and put them in individual containers. Well, look at these. Whew. And let's see, this one here is well rooted. Look how thick that trunk is. Well, it used to be the root. And I'm thinking this one here needs to be trimmed here. Well, if I was in need, I could take this part and make another cutting. But I think I'm just going to stay with this. But you could see that one tree will go a long way. Okay, anyway, I'll get these in containers. So I got all these 5 into containers, and they look all really good. I think this one in the back, this is going to be exceptional. I almost try to put a rock in there for a root over rock, but a lot of times when you push, it's healthy, but still at that delicate stage, and no use pushing it. So I just said, oh, okay, I won't do that for now. But you know what? Remember we said this is 100% success? Well, no, it's 120. Look at this little guy here. It was a little root off of one of the big ones, and when I took it off, it was rooted and it had a leaf on it. So it was 120% success rate. When I planted 5 roots, I ended up with 6. Okay, so I'm gonna label these 1 of 5, 2 of 5, and 5 of 5, right? And then hopefully I don't lose track of it, but don't count on me remembering all this stuff, right? So root cutting is a really great way to do the Chinese elms and quite a few others. But anyway, I'll say goodbye for now. This is Hiro saying hopefully you're enjoying these chapters, and please tell your friends and subscribe. See you again real soon in another chapter.